My name is Evan Lucas.
And my name is Krista Braxton, and you're watching Cougar News Now. Our top story today is on the drinking age by reporter Evan Lucas and Cameron.
There's a lot of people around the world that die due to car crashes when they're under the influence when it comes to drinking. We asked some students how they felt about the age gap between the drinking problems and how it should be raised or lowered. Let's go.
I think it should be kept the same.
I think it should stay 21. It really shouldn't be changed at all. I don't think it should be messed with or anything like that.
I don't think it really matters as long as the people are being responsible and safe with it. Don't go out and drink and drive or anything like that. But also, don't drink when you're super young because it can stunt your brain and have a lot of problems.
I feel like it should be lowered.
According to the Center of Disease Control, a 2017 study found that in a 30-day span, 30% of high school students drank some amounts of alcohol. And we bet you didn't know that according to Procon.org, between 1970 and 1976, 30 states lowered their minimum legal drinking age from 21 to 18, 19, or 20.
Probably just people in the military, they, go at 18. I think that's one pro because I think they should be able to drink because they are fighting for our country and, doing all that overseas and all this, and I think they should be.
There really isn't any benefits. We already have enough dumb people as it is whenever the age is 21. If it was lowered, we would have more wrecks than usual.
Benefits to lowering it? I don't really know if there are any. I mean, the drinking age is lowered, and that means that younger people there can be a lot of dangerous things that can happen, and that's obviously not wanted.
I don't think there's any benefits to lowering the drinking age, but just I guess as a mindset, again, you can give up your life to go serve, but you can't go buy alcohol. It's not right. You know what I mean? This at a standpoint, if you look at it, hey, at 21 you should be able to go risk your life, not at 18. You know what I mean? Well, if you're 18 and you think you're responsible, but you're really not, and you drink and you go drive, that's irresponsible. But I know many people at 18 moving out their house. I mean, they're pretty successful, and they still can't drink. I know 18-year-olds that are adults, that are more successful and act more like adults than the average 25-year-old, the average adult. You know what I mean? Because everybody says once you're 18, you're an adult. I mean, you should be responsible enough to go buy some alcohol or liquor that you want, or a beer. About it.
Some dangers is that, well, of course there'll be more wrecks and there'll be a lot more bar fights. People will get shot, killed, just over some stupid things because they were out drinking.
Kids getting out, being immature, and drinking and driving, and a lot of things that go along with that. It's just don't be stupid.
Misuse of it, so people that take it not seriously, and when they drink, they get into bad things and they do bad things.
21's good, in my opinion.
I mean, 18. I mean, everybody says, oh, so you're 18, you're an adult, go, get out the house. I mean, if I'm 18, if I want some alcohol, not that I want alcohol, I'm just saying at the age of 18, if someone thinks that they're responsible enough to leave their house and to move out, they should be responsible enough to go buy some alcohol, you know what I mean? The earliest age I've seen somebody go and buy a rifle or a handgun or any kind of firearm is probably the age of 13. I mean, how do you think school shootings happen? I mean, anybody right now, I know a little kid that go buy a gun at the flea market or something. He'll sell it to him, you know what I mean? Cigarettes or to any kind of tobacco you can go buy at the age of 18. You can go to the army and give up your life to serve for your country at the age of 18, but you can't go buy alcohol at 18. You know what I mean? I just don't think that's right.
Telling that stories is conspiracies with reporter Chris Phillips and editor Benny.
Hi, my name is Chris Phillips, and I'll be going around asking people what their thoughts are on conspiracy theories and see what their favorite conspiracy theories are.
I'd define a conspiracy theory as the public's way of explaining something that we can't explain otherwise.
Conspiracy theories, they're like things that could exist but don't exist. Like people believe if they exist and some people don't, but it could be actually real. No one knows until it happens.
I think a conspiracy theory would be a myth or a legend.
A common belief most of a party has that believes is true.
A conspiracy theory is a theory that some happening, a government situation, a political action, something, the story that is told to the masses is not the actual story. It's been altered in some way to change our perception of what actually happened. Absolutely. There is many conspiracy theories about history as there are events in history. So probably the biggest and most famous would be the Kennedy assassination. So President Kennedy was assassinated, and there have been countless stories that it was actually the Russians, it was actually the Cubans, it was the vice president. Every possible scenario other than the official one given. Another example would be 9/11. Many people have postulated that there are conspiracies, that we did not get the entire story of that situation. Really, you could go as deep as you want. Things like fluoride in our water. There's about anything you can think of, someone has made up a story, or perhaps they're right, that they have evidence that something happened, that what is given to us as the public is not the whole truth.
The moon is actually an alien spaceship that circles the Earth, and they study us from a distance until they plan to attack.
It would probably be the folk tale about the Kraken, how it could like destroy ships, and it's a big giant octopus, which is really awesome in my opinion.
Probably the moon landing wasn't real, because it just seems funny to me, I guess.
I don't really have a big favorite one, but I know all the well-known ones, and out of all of them, I kind of like the Bush did 9/11 one.
No, it's just fun to think about.
I don't believe it, but I do like the lore and the folk tale behind it. It makes it really interesting to discuss about, and it makes me wonder if it was actually real, how destroyed mankind would be.
No. Nope, not at all.
No.
Because if there's enough evidence to back it up, then it's pretty believable, and life is really boring. So creating a fun way to think about things that happen in life is fun.
I don't know, maybe it could be fear, it could be they believe in it, or one day they might want it to happen.
I think people tend to believe in them because it's like something they've been told for a while, and they probably believe it more than anything else.
Because they want to put a reasoning to a random or unknown event that just happened to them or they don't understand.
Of course, there are tons of lasting impacts. Conspiracy theories erode public confidence in our government. So they make people distrust the government, they distrust the news, they distrust the stories they're told. President Trump, in many ways, that's one of his lines, is fake news, so that people do not believe the story that they are being told. And which side of that line you lie on would be whether you think that's a good thing or a bad thing. But I think the greatest lasting impact would be that people lose trust in the communication that they receive from their government, from their news channels, from their newspapers, things like that.
Thanks for watching.